Hello sports fans, it is Monday, April the 29th, the year 2013, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. I want to wish my sister a happy birthday. It is her birthday today. I'm a little under the weather today. I'm going to try and get through it. I'll tell you, before my sister had kids, I never got sick. Now that she has two little ones, I get sick all the time. These little guys always get germs. They always pass their germs on to me, so I'm very under the weather today. We'll try and get through it. Speaking of sick, I don't know how the Brooklyn Net fans have recovered from what happened the other day, where the Bulls beat the Nets 142 to 134 in 3 overtimes. The Bulls have a 3-1 lead in the series. Hard to believe after how Brooklyn handled them in Game 1 that Brooklyn has now dropped 3 games in a row here. Hard to believe. And the other day was one of the most epic collapses in playoff basketball history. Brooklyn is up 109-95 with 3:15 left in the game, and they lose. Let me take you through what happened. You just will not believe what happened in this game. Brooklyn's up 109-95, 3:15 left. Watson for Brooklyn steals the ball, has a breakaway dunk, misses the dunk. That sets off the complete chain reaction, and that starts the Bulls on the path back in this game. After Watson misses the dunk, Nets get the rebound. Evans misses 2 free throws. Nate Robinson comes down and hits a 3-pointer. Nate Robinson was unbelievable in the fourth quarter the other day. He led the Bulls back single-handedly. So Nate Robinson hits a 3. It's 109-98. Then Lopez misses a shot. Nate Robinson comes back, makes it 109-100. 2:16 left in the game. Gerald Wallace misses 2 free throws. Nate Robinson hits another basket. 109-102. Gerald Wallace offensive foul. Then D. Williams for the Nets fouls Nate Robinson, taking a 3 with 1:40 left. That was a huge play in the game. At that point, the Nets were up 7 points with 1:40 to go, and Williams fouls Nate Robinson, taking a 3-pointer, an absolutely awful foul by Williams. Robinson hits all 3 free throws, 109-105. D. Williams misses a layup. Robinson hits another shot, 109-107, 1:10 left. Then the Nets get a 5-second call on them. Boozer ties the game, 109-109, 55 seconds left. Lopez is fouled. He makes 2 free throws. The Nets are up 111-109, 33 seconds left. Dang misses a 3-pointer. Noah misses the follow. Noah again on the second follow puts it in. We are tied 111-111, 23 seconds left. Williams misses, then Wallace grabs the rebound, and his shot is blocked, and we head to overtime, and the collapse is underway for Brooklyn. Then in the overtime, the Nets go up by 3. Bulls come back. Boozer hits a shot. Bulls go up 2. Then Joe Johnson hits a shot to tie it. Nate Robinson hits a bank shot to put the Bulls up 2, and then Joe Johnson ties the game again at the buzzer. Joe Johnson had a couple of big shots in this game. So that is how we end overtime number 1. Joe Johnson ties it at the buzzer. We go to overtime number 2. Bulls are up 4. Joe Johnson with a big 3-point play. Bulls are up 1. Then there's an offensive foul on Nate Robinson. He fouls out. Lopez hits 1 or 2 free throws, ties the game. Dang misses, then Johnson for the Nets misses, and then Noah at the buzzer misses. That's how the second overtime ends. Then in the third overtime, Noah makes a basket, puts the Bulls up 2. Noah then fouls out. Evans 1 or 2 free throws. Bulls are still up 1. Then Butler for the Bulls makes it 131-128. Williams misses. Gibson hits a shot for the Bulls. The Bulls are now up 133-128. D. Williams finally hits a shot for the Nets. Deron Williams actually had a decent game up until the Nets started to collapse, and then he was invisible the end of the fourth quarter and all the overtimes. He did make a bucket here. He makes it 133-130. Dang makes a bucket. Bulls go up 135-130. Lopez makes it 135-132. And then Muhammad for the Bulls, who had a nice game, he makes it 137-132. Lopez hits a layup, makes it 137-134. Boozer hits one free throw, makes it 138-134, misses the second, but Muhammad gets the rebound on the second free throw. He puts it up and in. He makes it 140-134. He pushed Blatch right out of the way. I mean, out-hustled Blatch completely for that rebound. And the Bulls go up 140-134. Good night, Nets. The collapse is official. What a sequence of events. You cannot make this stuff up. I mean, what an awful loss by the Nets. The Nets have a 14-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the game. Nate Robinson, incredible in the fourth quarter. And plus, Noah and Robinson foul out in overtime, and the Bulls still find a way to win. Plus, they're not playing with Derrick Rose. So, no Derrick Rose. I mean, Noah and Robinson foul out in the overtime, and the Bulls still hang on and win. I mean, just awful. D. Williams for the Nets, I'll tell you. Now, he had a very good game up until the end of the fourth quarter. Then he was invisible at the end of the fourth quarter and invisible in all three overtimes. I don't want to hang this all on him because Gerald Wallace had a bunch of bonehead plays. Evans can't make a free throw. I mean, Joe Johnson did have a couple of big shots. Lopez played pretty good, but my goodness, this is one of the worst playoff losses in history. I mean, the Nets needed this game in the worst way, and now they've dropped 3 in a row, and they are on the brink of elimination. Hard to believe after they bombed Chicago in Game 1. Hard to believe they are down 3-1. I mean, I never thought they would lose this game. I mean, what an awful loss. And give the Bulls credit. Nate Robinson was tremendous in this game. Noah is playing hurt. He's been tremendous, gutting it out. Boozer played well. Dang played well. Butler and Heinrich played well. And how about Muhammad off the bench, getting a couple of key buckets in the third overtime? Give the Bulls all the credit in the world. Give Tom Thibodeau, their coach, all the credit in the world. Never gave up on this game, and the Bulls absolutely steal this game. Bulls in the driver's seat right now, and the Nets are in major, major trouble. I don't know how you recover from this. Now the Nets got to win 3 in a row. Yes, 2 of the games are at home. And I'll tell you, this has been the story for Brooklyn all year. They have blown a lot of leads. I mean, terrible, terrible loss by Brooklyn. 14-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the game and you can't win. Awful, horrible. I don't think the Nets can recover from this. So the Bulls get the job done. They are up 3-1. Also, some other scores in the NBA over the weekend. On Friday, San Antonio just smashed the Lakers. At that point, they went up 3-0. The Knicks beat Boston on Friday. They went up 3-0 at that point. I thought Boston would play a better game in Game 3, being they were home. They didn't. It was all Knicks. Golden State beat Denver to go up 2-1 at that point. Curry's been tremendous in this series. Saturday, Memphis beat the Clippers. That series 2-2. The Memphis crowd was really good. Atlanta beat Indiana. Indiana is still up 2-1 in that series. Oklahoma City beat Houston. They're up 3-0, but the big news for Oklahoma City, they lost Westbrook for the playoffs with knee surgery. That's going to kill their chances to win the title. I didn't think they were going to win it anyway. They're not as good as the Heat anyway. Now they're for sure not as good as the Heat without Westbrook. Now they're going to be lucky to get to the finals. Now they're very vulnerable in the West. By the way, how many guys are out in the NBA? How many guys are hurt? Westbrook out, Kobe out, Nash out, Blake out, Granger out, Amari Stoudemire hurt, Wade didn't play yesterday, Derrick Rose out, Ginobili and Parker have been banged up, Gallinari out, David Lee out, Curry's playing hurt. It's like the walking wounded in the NBA. It's like, if you have a healthy team, I mean, you got a head start on all these other teams because every team seems to have a major injury. It's basically just stay healthy and you got a legitimate chance to get to the finals. Every team has a major guy hurt. As far as yesterday in the NBA, Boston did win a game. They salvaged a game yesterday, so the Knicks are still up 3-1. Boston did get a win yesterday. Heat sweep away Milwaukee. Thanks for coming, Milwaukee. Heat sweep away Milwaukee. Wade didn't even play. No matter. Heat still win. Spurs swept away the traveling circus, the Lakers, so the Spurs win 4-0. I'll tell you, what do you do if you're the Lakers in the offseason? Dwight Howard's a free agent. I mean, they said they're bringing D'Antoni back. I mean, a lot of age, just a carnival circus atmosphere with the Lakers. Kobe's going to miss some of the season next year. He's probably going to need 6 to 9 months to recover. Plus, he's getting up there. Plus, his injury is very serious. What do you do if you're the Lakers next year? All sorts of questions. So the Spurs sweep away the Lakers. And Golden State last night beat Denver again. Golden State is now up 3-1 in the series. Very surprised by this series. Curry, the best player on the floor by far. He's been tremendous. 22 points in the third quarter last night. How good was the crowd in Oakland last night? They were flying. Everyone dressed in yellow. One of the best crowds in all the NBA. Very impressed with Golden State's crowd and Curry. What a player. I mean, he's always banged up too with his ankle and his foot. He can flat out shoot. What a tremendous player. So Golden State up 3-1. As far as your Major League Baseball over the weekend, Yankees swept Toronto. Phillies swept the Mets. Phillies finally got a couple of wins put together. Boston swept Houston. How bad is Houston? Boston continues to impress. The Cubs took 3 out of 4 from the hapless Marlins. White Sox and Tampa Bay, they split 4 games. Nationals took 3 of 4 from the Reds, so the Nationals get back to their winning ways. Texas and Minnesota split 4. Pittsburgh took 2 or 3 from St. Louis. Kansas City took 2 or 3 from Cleveland. They play the 4th game today. Dodgers took 2 or 3 from Milwaukee. Baltimore took 3 or 4 from Oakland. Oakland's really struggling. San Diego swept San Francisco. That's the first time they've done that in a long time. Seattle took 3 or 4 from the Angels. The Angels continue to sputter. Arizona took 3 or 4 from Colorado, so nice job by Arizona. And Detroit swept red-hot Atlanta. Cabrera with a home run last night. So that was kind of some of your doings in Major League Baseball. As far as the NHL, playoffs start tomorrow. We're going to do all the playoffs tomorrow as far as picking round by round. All that kind of stuff will come up tomorrow. Here's who's playing who. In the Western Conference, you have Minnesota against Chicago, Detroit against Anaheim, San Jose against Vancouver, and LA against St. Louis. Columbus, they were a great story, but they fell a little short. As far as your Eastern Conference, Islanders, Pittsburgh, Ottawa, Montreal, Rangers, Washington, and Toronto, Boston. Montreal actually beat out Boston for the division. Winnipeg did not make the playoffs. We're going to get more into the NHL tomorrow. I'm going to go round by round with you tomorrow. As far as your boxing over the weekend, you had a couple of fights in Brooklyn. Garcia had a decision over Judah. I mean, he definitely won the fight. Judah did come on at the end. He showed some life at the end. Nice crowd in Brooklyn, by the way, 14,000. That's a very nice boxing crowd. So Garcia gets the decision over Judah. Judah did fight well at the end of this fight. He showed some life. Garcia gets the decision. Kid Chocolate knocks out Fernando Guerrero. I really like Kid Chocolate. Really nice fighter. And over in England, Khan won by decision over Diaz. I'll tell you, I still don't like Khan's chin. Once again, he was down in this fight. Khan does not have a great chin at all. As far as a couple of other fights from Argentina, Martinez beat Murray in a very close decision. Murray came really on in this fight at the end of the fight. Very, very close fight in front of 40,000 in Argentina in the rain. So nice job by the fans in Argentina showing up for this fight. 40,000 in the rain. Martinez gets the decision over Murray. Very close fight. Very close fight. Martinez does get the decision. In a heavyweight bout, Stiverne beat Areola in California. I tell you, Areola. I mean, Areola had a chance here if he won this fight to maybe get a shot at some sort of title. Areola comes in overweight. I mean, what a joke. I mean, just terrible. I'm not a big Areola fan. He comes in overweight for this fight, and he loses. Stiverne dominated this fight. Of course, this week we got the big Mayweather-Guerrero fight. We'll do more of that on Thursday. As far as some notes from the NFL draft, I mean, Manti Te'o went to San Diego. Geno Smith went to the Jets. Matt Barkley went to the Eagles, and Lattimore went to San Francisco. The Jets released Tebow today. You know, it feels like Tebow was released like 6 months ago. I mean, it doesn't even seem like he was still on the team. So the Jets make that official. Good night to Tebow. We'll see if Sanchez survives. As far as Monday, what to watch tonight, as far as your NBA playoffs tonight, Brooklyn, Chicago. Brooklyn trying to, stay alive here. Chicago's up 3-1. They're in Brooklyn tonight. Can Brooklyn stay alive and send this game back to Chicago? So you got Brooklyn, Chicago tonight. You got Indiana at Atlanta. Indiana is up 2-1. See if Atlanta can tie the series there. And Oklahoma City's up 3-0 over Houston. Oklahoma City's going to win this series, obviously, but the writing's on the wall for them without Westbrook. I mean, I know they got Kevin Durant, but I mean, without Westbrook, hard to see Oklahoma City winning it this year. So you got 3 big NBA playoff games tonight. Like I said, the hockey starts tomorrow. As far as your Major League Baseball series tonight, you got Washington, Atlanta. Very nice series. Remember last week, Atlanta swept Washington in Washington. We'll see if Washington returns the favor here. Houston and the New York Yankees. That should be a real competitive series. I mean, Yankees should wipe them out. Minnesota, Detroit, Mets, Miami. Plenty of seats available for that one. San Diego and the Cubs. I hope you enjoy Wrigley Field because the baseball's not going to be any good between those two teams. Cleveland, Kansas City. I mean, nice ballpark, but not a great matchup. Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, St. Louis, very nice series. San Francisco, Arizona, that's a nice series. Angels at Oakland, both teams sputtering right now. Baltimore at Seattle, Colorado at the Dodgers, and H. Ramirez should be back soon for the Dodgers. So you guys, there you go. You guys are all caught up. Now tomorrow I'm going to go through the NHL playoffs with you. We'll go round by round right up to the Stanley Cup, give you all my predictions from the first round all the way through the Stanley Cup. Wednesday we'll do our Major League Baseball State of the Union. Thursday we'll do the Mayweather-Guerrero fight, and Friday we'll preview what's coming up over the weekend, you know, as far as the sports world over the weekend. All right, so there you go. You guys are all caught up. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm very under the weather today. I'm probably going to, you know, collapse into my bed after this. Very under the weather here, so we'll see if I can recover by tomorrow. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Stay safe. Enjoy the games tonight. We'll see if Brooklyn stays alive tonight. Hard to believe they're down 3-1. I still cannot believe they blew a 14-point lead with 3 minutes left in the game. Epic collapse. We'll see if they bounce back tonight. You guys enjoy the games tonight. I will talk to you tomorrow, Tuesday. Take care.